And hey, it's me, your girl, the talk with Tiny. And today I am feeling great. I hope all is well out there with those who will come across this energy. Well, hello, universe. How is my favorite energy doing? So today I just wanna talk to you, universe. I don't know what is it gonna take for you know I universe, you know, there's something that has to be done, you know. I mean, people carry on, you know. Uh, it's so sad because trying to come into the knowledge and figure things out may be the hardest thing that will ever happen. But the greatest thing about running this race is running and working on your salvation in fear and trembling. And some of us, you know what? I'm telling you, this is the scariest thing. That's why I don't keep big mobs. I don't. I just be led, and I'm everywhere. Can you imagine how much blood you can have on your hands for preaching in your emotions? I don't know why I'm led to say this, but there's some people with high profiles, high big pages that speak recklessly, and or they have a voice of persuasion to persuade you, because that's what the spirit of deceit is all about. Why is it so important to depart? So you don't have to try to be like anyone else. So you can be like you. So the Most High can bless you with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and understanding that we need. But we intend to take things in our own hand because we get emotional. Listen, if I'm gonna be emotional, one thing I'm not gonna be is on air. I'm not gonna be emotional on air. Okay? So I always ask my spirit to stay in truth. Spirit and in truth. I say, Spirit, my spirit that was given to me by the Most High Yah, please stay in truth. Do not drift away and be led astray by the deceitful words and spells that people intend to use. I don't know if they have, some people have great intentions, some people have a certain DNA in them that they're automatically led to say certain things and be a certain way. The hunt for the bloodline has been crucial ever since 70 AD is what we need to understand. Understand this. The beginning of the end has begun in 70 AD. And it's always been about a bloodline. If we can understand this, we will win this war. By dealing with our own selves and within our own spirits. I don't know if you quite understand this. The Messiah from King Dawe's bloodline was a phenomenal warrior. The Most High's chosen people were so great that they were able to fight giants. It's what we need to understand. It's all about that one seed. A lot of wives. See, a lot of wives can have a baby from one seed. You can take 100 women and let this man have intercourse or be intimate with 100 women. Those women will form a one seed bloodline. It's what we need to understand. When we come into this knowledge, we need to be specific. We cannot be to and fro. We cannot be trying to read this Bible and history the way you were taught. It's like you just can't get it out your system. And you have a back fear bone in your body that Roman Catholics have done to you. And you know what? You better off jumping off the ship. You better off being burned in the fire that they piled bodies on and piled your ancestors' bodies on and burnt, and some were burnt alive because they, even if you decided to take anything of a Christianity or any false deity, any false dispensation, you were burned. Even if you did give in to the Romans, you still were zapped. Because trying to stay alive is what people most do. You have to understand, who are you living for? What are you living for? What is your purpose to be alive? Do you not know that you're running a race? You are running a race. And this is your race. Everyone is responsible for their own race. This is not about narratives. The narrative is to stay away from narratives. That's the whole point. It's not about creating narratives or following talking points or being it's one thing exposing something and it's another thing living it. This is what we never want to dip in. It kind of like reminds me of that song, I put my hand on your head. When I dip, you dip, we dip. What the hell is going on with these damn people? It's always been a witch hunt for the bloodline. Ever since. Now listen, we're going to go way back. Ever since the kingdom had fell. Why it fell? Why did the kingdom fall? It's always going to be the main idea. They were disobedient. They did not want to keep their commandments. Jesus did not exist in 70 AD. Stop playing with me, y'all. Stop it already. Then you wonder why we cannot win this war. We want to win a war. We want to be in the beginning with the truth and end off with a lie. We have to stop. Stop it already. That's the problem with these fanatic idiots out here. They will get you going with the truth and just hit you with a lie. And I'm so sick and tired of it. Most High, I pray that most people will be exposed. And maybe they can expose themselves. Maybe they can expose themselves and just turn their stuffs off. And go get on their face and pray and lift out their hands like David did. See, what y'all don't understand is that, there's more than one enemy. Okay, we're dealing with the whole world that confederated against the Most High Yah's own, because the Most High Yah has called a big judgment on them, and it was meant to be like that. But the fact that they went above and beyond, the heathens went above and beyond. They were supposed to stop, but they kept going. And this is where we at right now. Because they know. But this finale that's getting ready to take place, it would probably be like, it's going to be on and popping. And not only for the bloodline that's waking up, but also for the ones who destroyed the bloodline. How many of them are walking around, they will cry, they had one chance to get it right. Do you not know that the world can only be saved through this bloodline? That's why the world will be destroyed. Because they cursed the Most High Yah's children. They destroyed them. They overdid it. No one wants to educate themselves. No one wants to be cautious. If you're so scared of the Messiah, and let me tell you something, they changed names. So this is what we need to understand. They changed names. They changed titles. You need to understand it. So when you out here reading, you need to read from afar. Okay? You need to look at this from afar instead of trying to be in the book. Stop trying to be in the book and be out of the book and learn where's your next step, where's your next destination. Because if you continue to play like you're in the book, then you're not going to see everything abroad. So when you see everything abroad, you know that the whole world, United Nations, has confederated against this bloodline. You know that this bloodline has been scattered among all nations. Everybody got a piece of the pie. Nothing new under the sun. Slave trade made that very clear. Okay? Now listen. They were not allowed to do anything that the Most High did not permit. So it's totally up to us to get back in line and stop acting like the Messiah. They cannot let that go. Jesus did not die for your sins. He didn't come for the world. He came for the lost sheep of Israel only, to say, hey, listen, if you want to fight this war, you have to keep your commandments. That's the reason why they fell in the first place. See, the Messiah, the Most High Yah, did not send the Messiah to play games. The Messiah came with a final word, and it was a full warning. You had them converted to Muslims. You had them converted to everything on the face of the earth. Between Christians and Muslim Islam is our biggest fall down. And the Messiah came looking for the lost sheep of Israel, trying to say, hey, listen, please, don't, keep these laws. These are commandments. You know that you were supposed to obey the law. You don't want to do this. If you do this, it's going to be a whole price that we have to pay, that we will have to pay as a bloodline. The Messiah ran and chased the sheep, the lost sheep of Israel. Then came this stupid idiot Paul. And he gives all the power and all his dominion for white people to just trample over the truth. It's what we need to understand. So be careful when you read in that New Testament. Most of y'all think, oh, every word in here counts. Listen, you have the Old Testament, which is the Torah. Then you have the New Testament that the son of perdition has given you. And the New Testament is nothing more than the Old Testament just being repeated as the son of perdition reveals himself to you. But you go and you follow that New Testament because you believe that New Testament is something new. Why do you think there's duplicate scriptures? And the problem with you is you take one little part out after listening to somebody's video, and you go and you take parts and you try to compete with one another. You guys are assholes out here. No shade. You're stupid. Some of you can look so brilliant, so smart, and just know that the higher your views are, the more blood you have on your hands. You're fucking idiots. Excuse my French. I never hear none of y'all talk about the commandments, keeping your commandments, your law, statutes, and your commandments. All you motherfuckers out here are stupid. And you're sickening. And I'm telling the universe to wipe you off. Get rid of you. You are a problem. You make it so hard to see the truth. You're demonic. But see, that's the problem. And that's when the two bloodlines come in. You have Cain and you have Abel. And for those of you who think that you're from Africa, what part are you? If you claim to be the child of the Most High Yah, what part are you from? Because your brothers and sisters of a bloodline has been dropped off in Africa. It's called West Africa. Snap the fuck out of it. Period. And they work their way through, and colonization was colonized like that for a reason. It really was. Because if you from the Gambia, you're Igbo. If you from Niger, Nigeria. You're that bloodline. There's so many bloodlines. There's so many places where you can look up your bloodline, but that don't mean that you came from there. That does not mean that. Like, I don't know what part you don't get. You know, people don't even want to know what city. What's the real city name? What is the real city name? You know, what is the real city name besides Jerusalem? What was the city? Even the city of the people. So let's get into this. So we're going to talk about West Africa. Okay, so we have let's talk about this bloodline and how the Esau United Kingdom has a grip on that like nobody's business. Beasts of the field. Okay? And if you don't notice, these are the cities that have been through the most. Okay? Especially Senegal. Especially Rwanda. You know? Benin. Burkina Faso. Cape Verde. The Gambia. Ghana. I can't even pronounce that, but it's another name. Bissau, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Mali, Mauritania, whatever, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Syria, Lewan, Congo. And guess whose territory that is? United Kingdom. Now make no mistake about this. This is a bloodline. We're talking about by now population. We're talking about populations in West Africa. We're talking about, and the population is about in the billions right now. Okay, we're talking about in certain areas. We're talking about, oh my goodness, there's like 189,672,000 males. I'm talking statistics now, okay? Then we're gonna talk about 380 we talk about 981 million females. The statistics is crazy. You understand me? So they and not to mention all the atrocities that they commit against this bloodline, and it's like they've been burning, they've been hunting. There's always a hunt for this. Because if we can hunt this bloodline down, a King David's cannot grow up. King David's cannot. They know the power of this bloodline. But it's worldwide now. So you see a pandemic, it was part of their plan to come and stop your gamma rays from touching you. Because it's so much more deeper than that. We're talking about warriors. We're talking about the bloodline that used to just knock giants out. You understand me? Just tear down giants. You know what I'm saying? And the hunt will always be for your mind. But what city did this bloodline come from? That they call Jerusalem. Because Israel is the people. It's the name of the people. That's the people. Bloodline. We're talking about B1E1 bloodline. We're talking about power XG. See, and getting to know this identity, you have to be invested in yourself. If you claim to be this bloodline, you want to start by going to check your blood, know your bloodline, know who you are, know your features, know where you come from, why they did the things that they did. What happened to your ancestors when you were in religion? What happened? What caused this? What caused that? What was the point of all of this? Why did the Most High do this? Because the Most High did not want us to break the covenant. But you always got to put that part in there and act like Jesus died. Who is Jesus? If y'all don't shut up with that nonsense already out there. But that's a whole nother video. Whole nother video. And start respecting the bloodline. Respect yourself. Especially these stupid idiots in the street being destructive. We can never get nowhere because you got stupid assholes, pastors with a different bloodline. I'm telling you, we got Cain and we got Abel. Alright? Who killed who? Who sacrificed who? They always sacrificing this blood, shedding this precious blood for their own prosperity, for their own greediness, for their own self-centered stupidity. That's what you see in Africa all day. Let me tell you something. Africa is not your motherfucking original home. And I'm sick and tired of people saying that shit. We have our people that have been scattered in Africa. Because if you not notice, these motherfucking leaders, they are part of the UN and they will do anything to keep your asses in captivity. Duh! Why you think everybody is so beautiful except for these certain areas of, you know? And let me tell you something. The Most High put his people in certain places to be hidden. To be hidden. There's a rise going on right now. It is a rise. So let's get into that. Isbilia. Isbilia is the name of the city. Isbilia. ISHBILIYAH. And that city, you won't find it because it's burnt down. And they know damn well if they try to go and build some Jerusalem there, they know what's going to happen to them. They don't even step foot near that. Because that's how powerful the Most High is. The minute they step in and try to do anything, that's when judgment would have came a long time ago. Would have fell upon the earth like nobody's business. Because the dead will arise. You better believe that if you don't believe nothing else. Especially all that innocent blood that they died with their commandments. They killed their children. They killed themselves because they refused to give up their commandments. How dare y'all run around here preaching this bullshit to and fro. Oh no, take a black Jesus. No, it ain't white Jesus. It's a black Jesus. Then you got these stupid honkies believing that they're God's chosen people, and that could have been further from the truth. They help that shit. Then they go and they try to do this on the street and try to war with them. You stupid motherfuckers are the problem. Just keep your commandments and cry out to the Most High Yah. And I can't help but to use this foul, profanity language on these demonic forces because they're stupid, man. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. And Africans are flattered. Their fucking Egyptians are flattered, okay? Oh boy, don't get it fucked up. They are flattered. But ask them about these type of countries. That's why Africa is divided the way it is. Because the Most High, he know where his peoples is at. You understand me? Africa America is really beautiful, by the way. But there's certain places where there's the Most High Yah's people are really cursed. Really cursed. Like, let's say, I'm gonna give you an example. If you go to Nigeria, you would know that Nigeria are the same people in America. Nigerian people, Negroes, if you will, Gambian Negroes, if you will, are the same people. People in Ghana, if you will, are the same people of America. See, so when they came to the Americas and they scattered people everywhere, trust me, they scattered their asses everywhere. And they will try to build this illusion in your motherfucking head that, oh, everybody came from Africa. No, 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 no. What happened was they took the northern tribes and fucking shipped them all over. Is what happened, okay? Don't get it twisted. When they died off, they went and they started shipping Africans. Okay? Just to fuck your head up. Just to mix and mix and mix. Because we need that Cain and Abel, man. We need the motherfuckers. We need that story. We need to make sure that we have the Cains to sacrifice the Abels. These motherfuckers, they never go away. That's why everything black ain't motherfucking of that bloodline. Because there's two, and if it was, how and why was Egyptians able to blend in with the Hebrew? See, so don't get this twisted. See, but they had to take the illusion out of your head, and once upon a time, don't get it twisted, y'all. Yes, the whole world was full of indigenous color, dark. It's called dark-skinned countries, dark-skinned land. That's the true identification of that phrase, that matter, you know. Dark-skinned countries, dark-skinned lands. But they took it to a whole nother level. And that's why you can't even identify discernment, if you will. I mean, I don't know why. I really don't know why. Like, how dangerous this is. And why blacks kill blacks, black on black crime all day, every day. Because there's always a fucking Egyptian killing a Hebrew in the motherfucking hood. Don't tell me this. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Tell me anything out of the box of that. They love. And then you got these Egyptian pastors leading the Hebrews astray. And it's everywhere. Every fucking where. These wicked ass African Egyptian motherfuckers are wicked. These bitches sell out. That's what they do. They never fight. That's why they getting ready to be recolonized like a motherfucker. Because they don't stop. They're stupid. They're about to allow China to reset another 400 years of slavery. But this time, it's going to be detrimental to them. Because they will get their share. And it's sad because they sit on a nice, beautiful land full of natural resources. They still trying to form a United States of America. But you have to bless Israel first. You have to acknowledge that you have the most powerful bloodline in your presence. But they don't want to do that. You know what they do? They play with Europe. They speak their Europe, Esau's languages. They fucking, instead of taking the land back from Europe, they don't even try to build an army. They just fucking stupid. They're stupid. And they trying to rise. Where are you rising to when you don't even fucking acknowledge the Hebrews in your land? Where are you rising to? So sick and tired of the illusion. It's stupid. It's sickening. So fucking sickening. So here we go. And by the way, Cain and Abel are the children of Enoch. And that's a whole nother thing. They got this illusion going so good that you never even open the book of Enoch, you know. The book of Enoch, you know, it makes this very clear on who you are, what exactly happened, what's going on, you know. It's sad. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and begot us children. And Simjaza, because Jake, I don't know where they get that from, whose was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. The greatest sin is them taking wives for themselves, creating a whole nother seed that is not of the seed, the original seed. Okay? And they all answered him and said, let us all swear an oath and all bind ourselves by manual imprecations not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. Go look that up. And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And these are the names of their leaders: Samizaz, their leader; Arikaba, Ramel, Kokabel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barikiel, Asiel, Amores, Amaros, and the list goes on. I can't even pronounce these names. Okay? These are their chief of tens. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives. Okay, we're talking about the angels, okay? And each choose for himself one, and they began to go in unto them to defile themselves with them, and they taught them charms and enchantments and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells, who consumed all the equations of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh, and drink the blood. Then the earth led accusations against the lawless ones. So be careful what you're entertaining, because even the earth will spew you up. Even the earth will spit you up. Even the earth will just neglect you, reject you. And these are all the things that the angels have defiled mankind with, because they came in, and this is what exactly happens, and that's why you got LGBT communities, you got all these colonizations, you have everything set up a certain way, and people have different point of views all day, every day. The world will never be on one accord because they're so led astray by different demonic entities. And these are the things that were taught to them. Azazel taught Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and the bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring, textures, tinctures, tinctures, and there arose much godliness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjaza, whatever, I can't even pronounce his name, taught enchantments and root cuttings. Amaros, the resolving of enchantments. Bariko taught astrology. Kakobel, the whatever. So they taught knowledge. Uh, then one of the clouds, Rikel's, the signs of the earth, Shemazel, the signs of the sun, Siriel, the course of the moon, and men perish. They cried, and their cry went up to heaven. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said one to another, the earth made without inhabited cries, the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. Now listen, I wanna make this very clear. Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, they know these elites. They make movies. Hollywood knows who you are. Hollywood knows that there's a restraint right now. There's a restraint right now on demonic forces. It's holding them back. Okay? Don't get this twisted, because your president knows your bloodline. Your president knows the stupid idiots that you, reptilians, that you vote in. The same reptilians that these Egyptians worship. Okay? Make no mistake about that. And that you will find. You will find that why you think United Kingdom has control over these. And you know something? Egyptians, they okay with that. They okay with that. So all these defiled things, they get to rape, kill, destroy the children of the bloodline. Why you think they go to Nigeria, and Oprah and all these motherfuckers get to build schools and just take children. The whole world knows that they love raping children. They drink adrenochrome. They are of this type of nature. So the Egyptians, they have the bloodline in their possessions, and they go and they keep them poor, they keep them docile, they do all these things, and then they wonder why they can't control their resources, right? Like, give me a break. Give me a fucking break. Okay? They're only there for one thing and one thing. The Most High allowed that to be scattered and abroad, you know. And it is what it is. That's why if you see Nigeria and you see black people in America, they're the same bloodline. They're both, they don't give a fuck. I can show you videos of wicked Nigerians. I can show you videos of wicked African American, black America. They're one bloodline. They will fuck you up. And they know this. Gambians will fuck you up. They know this. Okay. Sorry about that. But anyway. So anyway. Back to what I was saying. The devil is a liar. And I hate him. I hate that motherfucker. Anyhow. Back to what I was saying. And they said to one another, the earth made without inhabitant cries, the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men, make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of the ages, Lords of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of thy glory standeth until all the generations of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious, and blessed until all the ages. Thou hast made all things, and power over all things hast thou, and all things are naked and open in thy sight. And thou seest all things, and nothing can hide itself from thee. So it all began with the angels, you know. It really did. When they started, mixing with mankind. That's why it's not cool, man. It's not cool to be all over the place with this word. It's not cool to just be mixing with any old race and thinking like, oh, God loves the world. That is the biggest deception of all times. For God so loved the world. And you think that every damn species, every person on this face of the earth is somebody for you. And that's what they preach and they teach in these stupid front store churches. They will definitely convict your ass for sleeping around. They will definitely in the churches they will preach warlock, not warlock, when you have a baby and, and is born without being married, and they convict you of all this stupidness, you know? So trying to say that God sent someone to you and this is your love, the love of your life, and you do not understand how precious your body is to interact with just any old thing. I mean, at this point, you have to do this. Find your blood type, know who you are. When you know your blood type, you go and you want to, be all that, and then some. I mean, you should be able to go and take a while you go take a AIDS test to make sure that this person ain't sick of any kind of type of diseases. You might as well find out their blood type. Know your darn blood type. And if he ain't your blood type, do not mix. I don't give a fuck how much you love. The illusion of love is what get people in trouble so damn much anyway. You know? What is love? People, they take a little, what is love? What is live? I know live backwards is evil. So what is love backwards? Hmm? What is love backwards? Evolved. Evolve. Evolve. You know? Evolve. Let's see what this means. You know? Evolution. You know? Love. Evolve. Awaken. And it'd be little things like this in your life that will save you. Save you. What is love? Evolution. What is the true meaning of love? Is love a product of evolution? What is difference between love and relationships? So this is what we're dealing with. And fake ass emotions out there that run wild. They always running wild. People are so emotional, so lost, it's like funny. Because they don't take nothing serious. Humans have, yeah, emotional. But humans and all other mammals share one kind of love. The bond between a mother and her offspring. The universe. Ain't no love like a mother and child love, right? Can you imagine the Most High? You know, how many of us have been in a situation? I have a teenage daughter. She's 26 now. She's grown. She's grown as shit. Okay. I'm actually somebody's grandmother. Okay. Now listen. And the greatest thing about Gamma is we don't age fast. You know, this bloodline does not age fast. We can look young. My grandmother, she looked young, the same face, until she hit 80. That's when she started looking, a little, old. It took her 80 years to look old. Okay? I'm up there. I am not no spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? I give you an estimation. 40 and better. Okay? 40 and motherfucking better. Alright? It's the greatest thing about the bloodline. To be blessed with that bloodline is amazing. And that's a big thing in Gambia. Like all my African friends and all like Nigeria, these motherfuckers be like 40 years old looking like 19. Okay? No shade. I didn't mean to say motherfuckers, but I'm just saying they be looking so damn young. It is what it is. Period. You know what I'm saying? How many of them hit on me like, hey baby, and I'm like, if you don't take your 18-year-old ass on and come to find out, You know, they were like, no, I'm 31. No, I'm 40. I'm 39. And I'm like, damn, you go with your bad self because you look damn great. You know. Now I had to do some some serious some white people when they get a certain age, like as soon as they hit like, I mean, like, I'm gonna give you a great illustration. Like my brother's wife, like I don't know why he married that bitch, cause she ain't nothing but a hunky ass redneck bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is, a racist ass redneck bitch from hell. You know, he went and he married her ass. Now he been with her for a minute. She was pretty young. That bitch look old. I said, what the fuck is this? You walking around there looking like she tricking on you or some shit, and I swear to everything I love, she look like she be buying sex from you. Get the fuck on. That's nasty. How you come home with some nasty ass bitch like this? Talk about, oh, your credit is right if she white. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck on, get your stupid ass on. And it's funny because he won a lawsuit that they beat the fuck out of him in jail, right? Check this out. This is the most disgusting story I've ever encountered in my life. They beat my brother so bad, we couldn't even recognize that bitch, okay? So, finally, when he got out, he got a lawsuit. He had got 2 lawsuits. And guess what he did with the second one? He put that shit in her honky ass account because he said he owed taxes. I said, bitch, you're stupid. All that money you have and you couldn't even pay $10,000 back and you still would have had, bitch, your name would have been cleared. And not only that, your kids would have been paid. Fuck is you doing? You went and you put that shit in this honky ass bitch bank account, and she went and she married you because I screamed on that bitch. I said, bitch, you ain't his wife, you ain't nothing. You're just a honky ass bitch that hates us. Bitch, why you with my brother for? When you hate Latinos, you hate black people, you hate black Latins, because bitch, everything you see in my family, we're dark. I mean, we light skinned, but we still black, bitch. I think it's hilarious. See what I'm saying? And it pissed me off. It really the fuck did. So sick and tired of motherfuckers acting like of course it's not cool. It really is. It's not cool. And so here we go. You know, and I can show you pictures of my family, like we light skinned here and there, you know. But if we do some deep ass history, we will see. We will see. Oh, I'm not even logged in that one. That's why. You know. It's not a game, man. It's really not a fucking game. So we go and we come in and we give these motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie. I like my brother's first girlfriend. She grew up with us. You know what I'm saying? She got kids. She beautiful kids. They of that. They got that blood in them. You feel me? Look at this. They cute too. They're so cute. But they look at her. She's cute. And these are the children that look white with black fathers, and look at her. She don't lack melanin like her hunky ass mother. I'm not even gonna show her, but she's cute. But her ugly ass, hunky ass, you know what? Fuck it. I should show it. I should. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm really not. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna put my nieces out there like that. You know, same thing like with my daughter. She had the nerve to go and have a baby by a white hunky ass bitch. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know? Why? Why? Out of all, you know, things you could have done, you go and you have a baby by one of them motherfuckers. You know? That's the one thing I refuse to do. I fucking refuse. And I'm gonna go a step further and tell you why. Because my mother was a hunky ass bitch. Okay? And her hunky ass mother was a bitch from hell. Okay? And that bitch, all she ever did was call me nigga, Brillo head, blackie, fucking bitch. That's why I hate them motherfuckers. I got my personal reasons why. That bitch tortured me growing up. It's not a game. That shit is in my heart. That shit fucked my head up. I was the black sheep of my family because of that. Because I have this blood in me. I said, you fucking hunky ass bitch, drop dead. And I did forgive her for that. Because back then, I swear I just knew forgiveness was everything. Don't have hate in your heart. Do this, do that, do this, do that. So for my daughter to have came home pregnant by a white motherfucker, and you know what? I'm glad I'm glad they don't want nothing to do with my grandson. Because my grandson, he don't need to be of that. He don't need to grow up like that. Period. And that's why I hate the motherfuckers the way I do. I got my own personal feelings. Nobody can tell me, well, not all white people are like that. Shut the fuck up, you fucking racist, stupid motherfuckers. I have a black friend. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. My mother's mother treated me like shit. That bitch from hell. And you know what? I have a lot of motherfuckers that be like, oh, well, why do you hate white people? Your mother was white. Your mother was white. Da 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 da. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I hate them because I hate them. I know how to get down. It's nothing new under the sun, bitch. Most nastiest motherfuckers on the face of the planet. They're nasty. When I say fucking nasty, they nasty. And my mother, boy, that bitch never took care of us anyway. I was raised by my family, my grandma, my father's side of the family. They took on me because I did not fit in. I did not fucking fit in this white hunky ass family. But gradually, guess what? We were the only family in the projects. I guess the Most High gave that to me, for me. You know what I mean? We were the only white family in the projects amongst black people. And this racist ass bitch lived in my mother's house, right? In her project apartment, calling me nigga, calling me blackie in a black projects. Living amongst Israel, you feel me? How about that? I hate them bitches. I don't give a fuck what you say. And let me tell you, I'll go a step further. These motherfucking honkies, my grandson's mother and son, you know what they did? They came all the way down. They drove 3 hours, helped my daughter give birth, watch her give birth, see the baby be born, and guess what this hunky ass bitch ass motherfucker did? He said, Well, he said, I want a DNA test. I said, bitch, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker if he don't get the fuck out my sight. I said, you know what? Let's get a DNA and we'll just make him pay child support. That's it. That's what we could do. And if he don't want nothing to do with my grandson, that's a beautiful. That's what came out. He don't want to deal with my grandson. He don't want nothing to do with my grandson. Well, my grandson is so cute. He's so precious. He has a whole different personality. It is what it is. He's growing up like Caribbean styles because my daughter's father is from the Caribbeans and so am I, Puerto Rico. That bloodline, the natives. That's how he's growing up. He's growing up to love roti, curry, and all that. You know, and it is what it is. Growing up to just be himself. You know, and I'm sad that she put me through that. And I always tell her, I said, please don't come home with no. I don't know why she love her some Asians and she love her some hunkies. I said, don't come home with neither one of them. I never ever want nothing to do with them. Don't come home with a motherfucking Asian. And don't come home with a motherfucking hunky. I don't want nothing to do with that. Period. Period. I say, you always acting like they're supposed to treat you better. They're not going to treat you better. I say, if you get a black man, oh, he going to treat you good. Just be a good woman. You get a man, a black man, be good to him. He will be good to you. Period. Get you your kind. He'll be good to you. You be good to him. That's what a relationship is really all about. Get your own bloodline, man. Stop fucking around out here, man. I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. You cannot build something with a whole nother fucking face every day trying to build an empire or trying to build something with a whole nother fucking race and another religion. Like, that don't make no sense. And you try to act like we're one, and we're not one. We're not fucking one. We're not one, okay? That's why Maria and Jose's, they stick together. Tyrone's and Shaquisha's need to stick together. And for the Shaquishas that wander off and they go and they try to find Mr. White, right? They always fuck up. They always get lost. You give these reptilians your good, your shit. And thank God that my father was black. Thank God I'm that seed. Thank God that I come from that seed. So I've always been treated like that, and it's a bloodline thing. I promise you, it's a bloodline. If you think that you could get away from it, you won't be able to get away from it. And my grandmother made that very clear. She called me nigger, she called me blackie, she called me Brillo head, she called me everything under the sun. You cannot get away from that. That torture was there, it's gonna be there. Didn't matter if you half white. Look at all the struggling with European, being half European and half black, half Negro. They don't give a fuck about you being half. That does not define in their book. You're a fucking nigger. You're that. You are what you look like. Period. My grandmother made that very clear. So I don't have to get on here in front and stunt for no lives. I'm tell you why I hate them bitches. And why is my reason, my God-given right to rise the way I do. It's crazy, because just as much as you hate it, it's just as much it can be at your front door, as so much as far as your grandchildren can come out to be like that. How many motherfucking YouTubers, even YouTubers, they try to be pro-black. Come to find out, they have a half-white baby, half-white grandbaby, or some shit down the line, some shit happened to them. And they, not only the poor children, they have to suffer through this. Because if you try to have a baby by somebody white, they're never going to be accepted. They're never going to accept that baby. So why the fuck are you wasting your time? I don't know why, but y'all motherfuckers love to act like we're one, that we can be something with them and we just can't. Not me. Bitch, my man, he light skinned. Light skinned like me. You gonna be with somebody, that, or maybe even darker, black. If you're Puerto Rican, you have black blood in you, right? That colonization shit. If you go and you get a black husband, you're gonna get their full melanin back. You know what I'm saying? Because during raping, we became lighter. So if you're gonna bring back the generation, go and do something opposite. Don't get it lighter, get it back to the bloodline. You know? We were created, even though my mother, I'm a twin. I'm a twin. My twin sister was murdered. Okay, she got shot in the head. But she came out day and I came out night. Kind of like Esau and Jacob story, you know? Esau and Jacob. But she still had that gamma in her. That bitch had so much gamma, so much power in her, she used to knock bitches out. One punch and you would hear it. Boom! That bitch laid out on the floor. That's the power we have in us. When we hit hard. When we have something in us that it fears. It fears white people. White people are fearful of us because they know. And ever since I was little, I was always like 3 feet, 4 feet, knocking big bitches out. Boom! It's that gamma, it's that X gene in us. And trust me, I had a lot of bitches at my door. They used to love to want to fight me. That was just the thing. That was my story. Like, black girls always wanted to fight me. White people, my white family, white people hated me. So it's like, where the fuck do we fit in? Why would we do that to our children? Why? And why would you want to do that to your child? And it's sad because the same thing that's going on in a lot of families right now. You are white, you're black, your children are light skinned. What the fuck are you doing? When shit like that's happening maliciously and you think you creating what? I think it's a disgrace. But the fact that, during slavery we couldn't help it, you know? And my father, he had sex with my mother and he got her pregnant. He got her pregnant. I mean, I'm forever grateful that I'm here. My mother died. Grandma died. Everybody died. I'm still here. I'm still running this motherfucking race. But now I see why I was made the way I was made. So motherfuckers get on here and they want to be all, detailed. I could tell you details. I could tell you why I say and do the things that I say and do. I don't need nobody to fucking talk for me. I don't need no fucking body to talk for me. I can talk for my motherfucking self. So you get motherfuckers that, they love white people and they can't understand why you hate white people and they're black. Like, I got old videos there that I could show you motherfucker coming for me. Only thing he can say, well, your mother is white. That bitch is dead and she don't exist anymore. And what I'm dealing with right now, I still wouldn't fucking stand my grounds. Because of my history, because of my torture, because of what I was told when I was younger. I have nothing to lie about this. Nothing new. So I have my own reasons why I hate them. And, during the workforce, when you grow up and you try to, you know, talk to these cocky ass white people, they look down at you. So I'm disgusted by that. I'm like, fuck you fucking hunkies from hell. And when you get into the knowledge and the bloodline, when you that blood, this is when you know you this bloodline. When you are able to detect and in your DNA and certain genes start waking up and you start learning stuff that nobody else is learning. Come on now. And I don't know if people realize this, but Puerto Rican people are not to be fucked with. I'm gonna tell you right now. And they're not, they're black. They have that X gene. They're so powerful that everything that was ever created from black, if we come together, we will fuck shit up. Anything light skin comes from black. My father was black. just caught up speaking Spanish due to history. Period. Nothing new under the sun. Just like when the Spains had took the Negroes, the real Jews, and held them in their possessions, they learned their ways, and then that's how they were able to steal the identity, and then just threw them in ghettos all around the world and made it seem like that's who the fuck we are. We're nobody. We're nothing. And there's always some white bitch, benefiting off of that free labor. You know. My father was born in Puerto Rico, but he was a black African. Black, they call him black African, but black bloodline, that black bloodline, that Negro bloodline. It's not new under the fucking sun. My grandma's grandma, you know, my grandma's grandma was dark. My grandma was black, but because of a language, they try to tell you that you're someone that you're not. This is so sickening. See what I'm saying? Because that's where colonization comes in, and it is what it is. We think we got this shit down pat, and we don't got shit. We really don't got shit, And when we sit here and we play with these white people, and we give them all this privilege over us, and they say and do what? And then they go and they mark and scoff. They take your history and preach it against you. It's the most fucking hideous shit I've ever discovered. They make money off of this. They exploit your race. They exploit your history in the name of holy. They exploit you through prisons. They exploit you through rituals, raping children, human trafficking. They exploit you by stealing your identity. They exploit you by keeping your powerful identity in the world, fearing them as God's chosen people. Like, they do a lot of shit. The world has confederated against Israel to make Israel a nation no more. So we're looking crazy out here right now. And it's funny how, some of us just don't get it. We just don't get it. We don't even want it. We don't even try to get it. We don't even want to get it. And it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up on every level. Because you got these fucking, let me go ahead and go over here and get this picture real quick. I want to show something that, it's not a game. It really isn't. And ain't that crazy? So what I want to show here is my grandma's grandma. How dark she was. How dark she was. This was a different type of dark, and I'm still trying to figure out, where did she come from? Where did she come from? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I'm trying to get this picture right now real quick so I can show you. Damn, man, I got some old ass pictures of us on here. It's not even funny. She always got pictures. I be stealing her pictures. She be hiding them shits for me too. So let me get this picture, and here this picture goes. Alright. So these two pictures right here that I'm about to take a pic, I'm serious. me save this picture right here. Alright, so I do have it right here. I'll put it up on the screen. Before I do that, I wanna let me see something here. I'm gonna put this on the screen real quick. I'm still trying to figure out where did this woman come from. Quick, figure out. Wrong one. So, and this is in Puerto Rico. You understand me? This is in Puerto Rico. Okay? This is my grandma's grandma, okay? This is my ancestor. This is my roots. This is the seed that I'm from. Okay? So before we come out here and we start acting like we're no. That's not the case. This bloodline is so serious, it's not even funny. It has been scattered among all nations. Scattered among all nations. I'll go a step further. I'll show you my grandma. May she rest in peace. You know? And I think that it's very important that we should take heed to this information. You know? Because it's not a game. It really isn't. You know? It really isn't. Let me go ahead and get a picture of my grandma. Let me get a picture of my grandma real quick. Let me show you my grandma. Let's show you my grandma. Then I'm going to show you a picture of just black people. Alright. That was dope. Grandma, where are you? I'm trying to find a picture of her. Oh, damn. That's alright. I'll just give you a better picture. Damn, I need a better picture than that. And the reason why I feel like this is so important to us, because we be out here yapping our fucking lips, acting like that, you know, we it's not what's been preached. You know, history has been sabotaged. And the only reason why they do it so they can continuously keep repeating the reset button after 400 years. So when 400 years is up, they will come and they will reset the button to a new currency. They'll call it a new world. They'll do everything in their world and in their power to keep us docile, to keep us cursed. They don't want us to come out these curses. They don't want us to know who we are. They don't want us to do anything for our motherfucking selves. Because if we can come out this illusion, they won't have, their heaven is over. That's what that shit is all about. If we wake up as the chosen people, their heaven will be over. When you tell black people what they have done, white people what they have done to the Negroes, their hearts drop. Because they only have one chance to get it right. One chance to get it right. One motherfucking chance to get it right. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is. It really is what it is. You know? And I give you a great illustration of how we all the bloodline is serious. The bloodline is serious. You know? So alright. So to go a step further, right? I just wanna show you how mixed we have been from this one lady in the family. And you know what? From my father's bloodline, you know, there's no way in the world. Look at my grandma in the middle with the blue shirt, right? That's my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Just look at us. Do we look motherfucking white to you? Hell, we don't look white. We have Taino and Hebrew, that they call Hebrew, African in us. That motherfucking bloodline. It's not a game. You know, we're gonna have some that are lighter and some that are not, and it all depends on your father. Who's your father? Whoever's your father, if you're a female, you will look like your father, because you're that seed. If you were male, you would definitely look like your mother. You will have your mother's features and everything, but you are your father's seed. Does everybody in here look Hebrew? No, they don't. But this is mulattoes. This is what mulattoes look like for you, okay? And that's what Hosea 7 talks about. Let's get into that. Hosea 7 talks about that. I really, really need to get into that. Because if we sit here and play these little games with these white people, they will continue to be a stomping block for you and your children.
Hosea 7. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troop of robbers spoileth without. And they consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. Now their own doings have beset them about, they are before my face. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. They are all adulterers, as an oven heated by the baker, who ceaseth from raising after he hath kneaded the dough, until it be leavened. In the day of our king, the princes have made him sick with bottles of wine. He stretched out his hand with scorners. For they have made ready their heart like an oven. Whiles they lie in wait, their baker sleepeth all the night. In the morning it burneth as a flaming fire. They are all hot as an oven, and have devoured their judges. All their kings are fallen, there is none among them that calleth unto me. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yea, grey hairs are here, and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. And the pride of Israel testifieth to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him for all this. Ephraim also is like a silly dove without heart. They call to Egypt, they go to Assyria. When they shall go, I will spread my net upon them. I will bring them down as the fowls of the heaven. I will chastise them as their congregation hath heard. Woe unto them, for they have fled from me. Destruction unto them, because they have transgressed against me. Though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me. And they have not cried unto me with their heart, when they howled upon their beds. They assembled themselves for corn and wine, and they rebel against me. Though I have bound and strengthened their arms, yet do they imagine mischief against me. They return, but not to the Most High. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword, for the rage of their tongue. This shall be their derision in the land of Egypt. Hosea 8. Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant, and trespassed against my law. Israel shall cry unto me, My God, we know thee. Israel hath cast off the thing that is good. The enemy shall pursue him. They have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of their silver and their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off. Thy calf, O Samaria, hath cast thee off. Mine anger is kindled against them. How long will it be ere they attain to innocency? For from Israel was it also, the workman made it, therefore it is not God. But the calf of Samaria shall be broken in pieces. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It hath no stalk, the bud shall yield no meal. If so be it yield, the strangers shall swallow it up. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. For they are gone up to Assyria, a wild ass alone by himself. Ephraim hath hired lovers, yea, though they have hired among the nations, now will I gather them, and they shall sorrow a little for the burden of the king of princes. Because Ephraim hath made many altars to sin, altars shall be unto him to sin. I have written to him the great things of my law, but they were counted as a strange thing. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings, and eat it. But the Lord accepteth them not. Now will he remember their iniquity, and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt. For Israel hath forgotten his Maker, and buildeth temples, and Judah hath multiplied fenced cities. But I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the palaces thereof. Hosea 9. Rejoice not, O Israel, for joy as other people. For thou hast gone a-whoring from thy God. Thou hast loved a reward upon every corn floor. The floor and the winepress shall not feed them, and the new wine shall fail in her. They shall not dwell in the Lord's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt, and they shall eat unclean things in Assyria. They shall not offer wine offerings to the Lord, neither shall they be pleasing unto him. Their sacrifices shall be unto them as the bread of mourners. All that eat thereof shall be polluted, for their bread, for their soul, shall not come into the house of the Lord. What will ye do in the solemn day, and in the day of the feast of the Lord? For lo, they are gone because of destruction. Egypt shall gather them up, Memphis shall bury them, the pleasant places for their silver, nettles shall possess them, thorns shall be in their tabernacles. The days of visitation are come, the days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool, the spiritual man is mad, for the multitude of thine iniquity and the great hatred. The watchman of Ephraim was with my God, But the prophet is a snare of a fowler in all his ways, and hatred in the house of his God. They have deeply corrupted themselves, as in the days of Gibeah. Therefore he will remember their iniquity, he will visit their sins. I found Israel like grapes in the wilderness. I saw your fathers as the first stripe in the fig tree at her first time. But they went to Baal Peor, and separated themselves unto that shame, and their abominations were according as they loved. As for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird, from the birth, and from the womb, and from the conception. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them, that there shall not be a man left. Yea, woe also to them when I depart from them. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place. But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb, and dry breasts. All their wickedness is in Gilgal, for there I hated them. For the wickedness of their doings I will drive them out of mine house. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters. Ephraim is smitten, their root is dried up. They shall bear no fruit, yea, though they bring forth, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb. My God will cast them away, because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations. Hosea 10. Israel is an empty vine, he bringeth forth fruit unto himself. According to the multitude of his fruit he hath increased the altars. According to the goodness of his land they have made goodly images. Their heart is divided, now shall they be found faulty. He shall break down their altars, he shall spoil their images. For now they shall say, We have no king, because we feared not the Lord. What then should a king do to us? They have spoken words, swearing falsely and making a covenant. Thus judgment springeth up as hemlock in the furrows of the field. The inhabitants of Samaria shall fear, because of the calves of Bethaven, for the people thereof shall mourn over it, and the priests thereof that rejoiced on it, for the glory thereof, because it is departed from it. It shall be also carried unto Assyria for a present to King Jareb. Ephraim shall receive shame, and Israel shall be ashamed of his own counsel. As for Samaria, her king is cut off as the foam upon the water. The high places also of Avon, the sin of Israel, shall be destroyed. The thorn and the thistle shall come up on their altars, and they shall say to the mountains, Cover us, and to the hills, Fall on us. O Israel, thou hast sinned from the days of Gibeah. There they stood. The battle in Gibeah against the children of iniquity did not overtake them. It is in my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them, when they shall bind themselves in their two furrows. And Ephraim is as an heifer that is taught, and loveth to tread out the corn. But I pass over upon her fair neck. I will make Ephraim to ride, Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break his clods. Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground. For it is time to seek the Lord, till he come and rain righteousness upon you. Ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity, ye have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in thy way, in the multitude of thy mighty men. Therefore shall a tumult arise among thy people, and all thy fortresses shall be spoiled, as Shalman spoiled Beth Arbel in the day of battle. The mother was dashed in pieces upon her children. So shall Bethel do unto you because of your great wickedness. In a morning shall the king of Israel utterly be cut off. Hosea 11. When Israel was a child, then I loved him, and called my son out of Egypt. As they called them, so they went from them. They sacrificed unto Baalim, and burned incense to graven images. I taught Ephraim also to go, taking them by their arms. But they knew not that I healed them. I drew them with cords of a man, with bands of love, and I was to them as they that take off the yoke on their jaws, and I laid meat unto them. He shall not return into the land of Egypt, but the Assyrian shall be his king, because they refuse to return. And the sword shall abide on his cities, and shall consume his branches, and devour them because of their own counsels. And my people are bent to backsliding from me. Though they called them to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. How shall I give thee up, Ephraim? How shall I deliver thee, Israel? How shall I make thee as Admah? How shall I set thee as Zeboim? Mine heart is turned within me, my repentings are kindled together. I will not execute the fierceness of mine anger. I will not return to destroy Ephraim, for I am God and not man, the Holy One in the midst of thee, and I will not enter into the city. They shall walk after the Lord. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west. They shall tremble as a bird out of Egypt, and as a dove out of the land of Assyria. And I will place them in their houses, saith the Lord. Ephraim compasseth me about with lies, and the house of Israel with deceit. But Judah yet ruleth with God, and is faithful with the saints. Hosea 12. Ephraim feedeth on wind, and followeth after the east wind. He daily increaseth lies and desolation. And they do make a covenant with the Assyrians, and oil is carried into Egypt. The Lord hath also a controversy with Judah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God. Yea, he had power over the angel, and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. Even the Lord God of hosts, the Lord, is his memorial. Therefore turn thou to thy God, to keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thy God continually. He is a merchant, the balances of deceit are in his hand. He loveth to oppress. And Ephraim said, Yet I am become rich, I have found me out substance. In all my labors they shall find none iniquity in me that was sin. And I, that am the Lord thy God from the land of Egypt, will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles as in the days of the solemn feast. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions, and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. Is there iniquity in Gilead? Surely they are vanity. They sacrifice bullocks in Gilgal. Yea, their altars are as heaps in the furrows of the field. And Jacob fled into the country of Syria, and Israel.
Medical workers haven't given up hope, but there is no battle, no real war here. They're facing defeat. In full hazmat gear, the grave diggers and burial teams struggle over the freshly dug earth. Grieving family members follow behind. This is the funeral of Jose de Oliveira. He was 52 years old. He died after a few hours in hospital. The authorities say it was COVID. His son Felipe insists it wasn't. There is a stigma to this disease, and there's no testing anyway. Every family is allowed 5 minutes at the graveside. Every 5 minutes, there is another burial. The graves are separate, but the dead are covered over en masse. To all intents and purposes, this is a mass grave. Across the world, the phenomenon of this virus is always the same. Everyone dies alone. Marceline da Silva saw her brother enter hospital. That was the last time.
É que ele sofreu muito, então eu só tenho coisa que eu fico só pensando no sofrimento dele. E agora não pode nem ser velado, não pode nada.
Fica uma coisa um pouco sem desfecho, né?
Então, a última vez que eu vi ele foi na hora que ele entrou pra dentro da UTI, não voltou mais. Ali eu não vi mais ele. É só isso.
Yeah, and I'm sure y'all get the rest. You know what I mean? So they purposely killing us on purpose. There's nothing new under the sun. They've been doing that. And there is a wonderful video. Let me put this in the description box below so that the curse of the serpent. This is something else that, the Most High just be allowing me, just to stumble over knowledge, and I'm so forever grateful for that. Hopefully, did I get it? No, probably not. Let me go ahead and paste. It does not want to paste. Oh my goodness. This is, you know why? Because this is crucial information. It goes back as far as to tell you the story as, and I'll kindly put the link. Let me do that now. And it talks about the half of the curse on the serpent pronounced in the Garden of Eden has been interpreted in a number of quite different ways, and predominant positions and interests of interpreters have changed over time. As documented in chapter 1, consider it as containing whatever is excellent in scripture, a direct prophecy of Christ and his work, predominated in the church for some time. Today, it is more often considered a minor nature astrology, explaining why there is animosity between snakes and humans. Between these views is that which sees the woman's seed and collective and the verse as a general promise of victory over the demonic serpent. Roman Catholics have also been interested in the verse for their doctrines. It's what you need to understand of Mary, whom they identify as the woman mentioned in the verse. So it attempts to answer questions that are unexplainable. The verse is examined from narrow to ever widening context, beginning with the viewpoint of Adam and Eve, who would likely have initially understood the curse for their limited body of revelation to other factors, would enter into their interpretation. The verse alludes to the creation or cultural mandate of Genesis 1:28 and is thus a promise that mandate will accomplish by the woman's seed. The verse is patterned after scribes of separations that make up the account of the first 3 days of creation, and thus implies that the fulfillment of Genesis 3:15 is brought about by a new creation. Taken literally, this seed would be the human race, and Genesis 4:1 contains Eve's witness to this interpretation of a promised new creation from the wider perspective of the implied reader of Genesis 3. Certain features at the beginning and end of the chapter. Give reason to doubt the mere animal identity of the tempter and point to the internationally known figure of the dragon. The races, the raises the question, if the tempter is not a snake, what is the seed of the serpent? In Genesis 4, the murder of Abel by his brother Cain is understood as the first fulfillment of the predicted enmity, which overthrows the literal interpretation of the two seeds. Okay? There's two seeds going on because they took wives of themselves, going back to the book of Enoch. Okay, so it goes like this. Cain is shown to be modeled after the serpent. Thus his seed, while Abel and Zeth are shown to be the woman's seed. Also, since the victory appeared to be on the wrong side. Abel murdered, Cain protected for life. And the fulfillment of the cultural is found in Cain's descendants, not Zeth. So the way they put it, it's kind of weird because the fulfillment of the cultural mandate is found in Cain's descendants, not Zeth, and interpretations is indicated Genesis 3:15 is not fully fulfilled in here and now. The alternative is to suppose that God is on the side of the wicked. Lamech interpretation beside the fulfillment of enmity. The flood of Noah can be viewed as a token fulfillment of he will strike you on the head. In the destruction of the serpent seed and the recreation of the world, the identification of two seeds as righteous and wicked, humanity instead of snakes, and humans as several implications. The new creation is now physical. Sorry about that. The new creation is not physical, but spiritual. For the two seeds are physically of the same source. Let me give you a great illustration. My sister gave birth to a white son and a black son. Period. What seed are you? Who is your father? I don't care if a black woman gave birth to you. Who is your father? Damn it, who is your father? Why is that so important? Because your father's fathers, 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 fathers. That's how you break the bloodline, man. It's not a game. It is not a game. Breaking the bloodline is horrible. So horrible. And that's why. But it's okay because it's part of the plan. The Cain and Abel pattern, enmity. The identification of the two seeds are righteous and wicked, period. Humanity instead of snakes and humans have several implications. Stick with that. The new creation is not physical but spiritual, for the two seeds are physically of the name source. The man, listen. The snake and the woman. Two seeds are also, not literally, the snake and the woman. Therefore, the stated are actually figureheads for the truth, unidentified, spiritual, the ultimate fulfillment of creation, of the creation mandate. Genesis 1:28 involves not only rule over the animals and the physical creation, but subjugation of the wicked. The Cain and Abel pattern of enmity is predominant in the book of Genesis, being repeated with varying features, but which allude in various ways back to the Cain and Abel pattern. It is the sons of Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, Esau. And Jacob, Joseph, 10 of his brothers, the patriarchs, seem to be presented as new Adam figures, but are also modeled like the first Adam in that both seeds of Genesis 3:15 are among their offspring, and 4 narratives, such as Genesis 16, consciously allude to Genesis 3. Where the first Adam fell, these factors reinforce the view that the patriarchs are figureheads of the righteous seed. Period. And trust me, they hijack everything. The seed of Esau hijacks everything. Oh, they'll make it look righteous, but they'll make it look right like white Christians. Give me a break. And black Gentiles. Give me a fucking break. Alright? Like these pastor pork chop pigs that go in these front store churches and they start preaching all this ludicrous bullshit. And they make you believe, Jay, just, what time is it? Offering time. What time is it? Offering time. They get their first word in. They get their little, preaching, they, let me, see how the sermon goes. Let me see. These sermons, they usually start off with Sunday school. That's a boo-boo. Because Sunday is not the Sabbath day, okay? So, Sunday, and then, let's see what else. What these pastor pork chops do. So they do Sunday school, then they do some praise and worship. They worship Satan. They get the Satan movement going, the warlocks. They begin to fake prophesy over you. And then here comes the pastor pork chop that stands up. Oh my God. They love, white churches love black churches. But see, white people, they know that they are demonic. You know, black people don't. I mean, that's the sad part about it. You see what I'm saying? They have a love. They have a love for the Most High, but they don't know how to express it. They know that they're spiritual. They know that they love. And that's why the Most High is coming back with a sword. But here's the deal. In a time like now, we should be in the knowledge of coming out of this illusion that they have set up for us. And if we're not seeking the Most High and being diligent and vigilant, it's a possibility that we will be destroyed with the heathens and their idols. Because that's what we're doing right now. We're worshiping idols in the name of, I don't know what. Oh yeah, Jesus. Destroyed with the boat. You know? But anyhow, that's a whole nother story. Because we ain't talking about that. I mean, like, as long as you worshiping the black Jesus, according to the Israelites on the street, they so fucking Freemason, they're so disgusting. They are the ones who started a whole new religion on top of the pastor pork chops. They're no different. They're sickening. And they got camps for days, hours, and seconds. Brewing. Oh, they need a new rise. Hurry up, because this is their way of resetting the fucking matrix. And these fucking morons in the street feeding into that stupid shit. Oh, we're about to go into a whole nother 400 years fucking with these dumbasses on the streets. These fucking canes. They're stupid. But I'll be damned. Because I'll be damned. There's some real uprisers. There's some real warriors rising. And let me tell you something. I don't know what Christ you out there looking for. But just know that if you claim to be of a bloodline, you are the descendants. You are the bloodline of a King David. So if you claim to be the tribe of Judah and you are interested in saving Israel, then you need to step your fucking knowledge up. You need to stop being blind by choice. How many of you get hooked? Israelite is just a hook. How many of us have been hooked by that shit? Let in. How many of us want to kick their fucking asses right now? Because we come into the knowledge. We know what's right. We know what's going on. And they out there got us looking crazy. We're never going to get to this promised land fucking with them. Period. And what's our promised land? We're in the promised land held in captivity against our fucking wills by these fucking enemies. And they come and they act like they're going to save the world with their bullshit. I mean, like, hello, go sit the fuck down somewhere. Y'all so fucking annoying. I can't stand them. Literally. How are we gonna beat this with these fucking morons on the street being destructive? They are doing, and they paid. They are paid. Trust me, these motherfuckers are paid. They are Freemasons. They will do anything to keep their money, like these Egyptian African leaders, like these fucking black sellout pastors. They are so fucked up, but as so you can see, they're not that seed. There's so much seeds going around here. Are you the seed of the serpent? Or are you the seed of the bloodline? Mother, man, it is sickening. If you're not enlightened in this knowledge, that tells me who you are. Your fruits will tell me who you are. And if you try to be slick and try to be religious and trying to come out of captivity, it's never going to work. It's never going to work because you cannot preach captivity, preaching trying to get to the promised land. You're in captivity for not keeping your commandments, laws, statutes, and commandments. Remember that. And the Messiah came to warn you, came to fulfill the law. Like, hey, listen, don't go to the Gentiles. Don't preach to them. All they're going to do is take this book, turn it inside out, turn it into Roman Catholics, turn it into everything. Fast forward, look at the fuck us now. Look at us now. Then to now, it's a hot mess. We done came up with so many fucking false religions, false deities, false dispensations, denominations out the ass. They constantly creating new religions, rather it's yoga, rather it's Buddha, sister, brother, Muhammad, these fucking raping motherfuckers. They worship idols. And they are the problem. Ephraim is scattered and mixed. They are the problem. Because if they're not worshiping statues in Puerto Rico, they're worshiping statues in Arab. They scattered around the world. So they're worshiping other gods that the Most High told you would, because He put you there, because you would not keep your damn commandments. And here you are doing the same stupid shit all over again. Oh, but listen to the Israelites on the streets. No, don't listen to them. And it's a moment of time to where a brimstone will fall on their asses too out there. They are considered to spoil you. And I don't care what these little bitch Shabazz, Zari, and mobsters think. They think that they're going to get off easy. Hell no, you're not going to get off easy. That's a triple double whammy for you. Because they just can't help it. The love of money is the root to all evil. So come pay me to be an asshole. Come pay me to be a sellout. Pay me. I will buy the bullshit and I will sell it. Just pay me this fucking dollar that they worship. You know, they love that white hunky bitch on that dollar more than anything. They love that hunky ass bitch on that dollar more than anything. That dead motherfucker on that green piece of paper. That foul ass piece of paper. They will sell your ass like nobody's business. These money hungry motherfuckers. Lust. That's why it's impossible. It's impossible to keep a straight face without using this foul language on them. It is impossible. Because I want my energy to be vibrated. I want motherfuckers to know, like, I am not the one. Period. Period. You're dumbasses. And stop preaching bullshit. Stop watching people's videos. Stop fucking around out here thinking you doing what. I don't give a fuck what you building out there. I don't care what you think you doing. Every time you come up with a new idea, you think you're being led and it's not in the word, you are a fucking problem. Period. You think you doing what? You ain't nothing but a new fucking creation of destruction. You allow yourself to be stupid, dumbed down, and inhumane along with these fucking animals that treat you some kind of type of way. You're a footstool for them. They step on your head to destroy you and your fucking bloodline. With a dollar. With a hunky ass bitch George Washington face or Abraham Lincoln or whoever's on the $20 bill. I don't give a fuck. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. I don't care what you out there thinking you building. I don't care who you think you are. If you're not living in spirit and in truth, and you are following, you watch people's different videos, and you come and you give your opinions, and you try to build around that in your fucking mind, you're just as crazy as what's going on in this world. Because you don't know how to depart. Your problem is you don't know how to depart. Stupid ass. You're a stupid ass. You're not warning. You're building more traps. You're not sounding the alarm of this bloodline. You rather build and build and build to build a fucking illusion in your mind. Keep building. But let me tell you something. You will know what's for you and what's not for you. What's for you, you don't have to do too much to get it. It will come to you. What you building and striving for is not for you. It's not for you. Period. Let me give you a great illustration. When I left and I went on a cleansing of my soul, I gave up all my inheritance. I gave up everything I've ever worked so hard for. I didn't want it anymore. Most High blessed me with a brand new car. Bought a brand new car. I drove all around the whole America, right? Trying to find myself. I come across a lot of people who had great riches, great everything, and they had no happiness. They were the saddest, evilest motherfuckers on the face of the earth. With all their riches, with all their businesses, with all their plans. I didn't have nothing. I didn't want nothing. And yet, I ran into a job. People loved me. They showered me with things that were meant for me. When I came back, after leaving my apartment, I came back to a whole nother apartment. Rent was paid. Somebody was paying my rent. I had this beautiful place, fully furnished. And when I left, I went and I had got another place. And I just stumbled over it. When I got snapped out of that, when the Most High was done and the Most High set me back to where I was supposed to be, I was already detached of the things of the world. So my mission was always to be spiritual. And when I became spiritual, I was able to use my power. So I'm on the highway coming back, and I'm like, hey, such and such, coming back right now. I need a job right now tomorrow, so I'm on my way. I come and I get my job interview, and I get my job. I come home and I already have a house. I wind up getting another place 10 minutes away from my job. So I live 10 minutes away from my job. All the furniture that was given to me here, I brought it over here. It's like I gave up everything to get everything free back. Like, this is the universe for you, honey. So what's yours is yours. Alright? And that was in spirit and in truth. That was private. That was the Most High all alone. It wasn't GoFundMe's. It wasn't this. I was not selling my energy. I was not trying to convince a whole bunch of people on one channel to feed me. That was not my fucking case. So I had this job and I'm here for 3 years. Boom. 3 years later, they decide to want to fucking set me up. Because white people are like that. So I get set up. They're stealing my money out, my check. So I'm like, okay. 1 year, I sat in my motherfucking room. And I cried. And the Most High dealt with me more now than ever. It took 1 year. He said, sit down. Shut up. In my heart, my energy, I was quiet. I was depressed. And in that most vulnerable, striving moment, he just kept building me up. Building me up. Building me up. And you know what I did? I sat in my room for 1 whole year. Didn't need a dime. I have everything. The Most High took care of me alone. I didn't ask anybody for anything. I didn't do GoFundMe's. I didn't do videos. I didn't strive. I didn't make this a deceitful dwelling. What I did was I start fighting the cause even harder. I start fighting the cause even harder because as the Most High is building me up, he's building me up to be a warrior. And I'm fighting this cause. And my energy, I'm seeing it in everybody. I'm seeing my energy across the world right now. Because that's how the Most High wanted me to be built. And can't nobody take that. I override people's talking points out here. I come like a sniper. I will shut your ass down. It's the power that the Most High has given me. Because you know how many Cains are out here? Do you not know that our battle is, we want to love these Cains that we call our brother, but that's what's always killing Abels in the streets. These motherfucking Cains. And they love their white people. They love their Jesus boat. They love that motherfucking shit, boy. They got the Egyptian blood in them for real. You understand me? So let's get this shit together. So then after all that, you know, so don't come and tell me you building something and God does say it. The Lord told you to do that, because that's not a part of the commandments. It ain't in His will, and you out here looking stupid as shit. I don't care how intelligent you speak. I don't care how many big words you manifest. I don't care. That's not impressive. What's very impressive is to see great things happen for people just because. That you can go anywhere and touch anything and turn it in. You can overturn anything. That is the power of the Most High. You ain't even got to do too much. Because who matters, matters, and who don't. And that's the power of your manifestation. You don't need to harvest people's energy. You don't need to be on here acting a fucking fool. You don't need to be doing that. Now, if you out here sounding the alarm, that, hey, and you're the only one who can do it, so be it. But there's a lot of crooked shit that comes with that. Rather you work for somebody that's out here beating somebody for their motherfucking money, or their titles, or their names, whatever the case may be, and you so happen to be put in that spotlight, and now here you go, you're caught in the middle of some bullshit ass energy, you know, you trying to overturn stuff, and now your boss is a fucking asshole. He's out there stealing people's money. He's out there doing illusion African trips and African ways and African this and African that and African this. Let me tell you what happened. They sent the Hebrews to Africa. That's what happened. Simple and precise. Through slave trade. They didn't come from Africa. They went to Africa. And that's why Africa is so strong right now. Don't come and tell me about my motherfucking northern tribes and my southern tribes. Let's get this shit straight, y'all. It's like America. They will never tell you that the northern tribes are from here. The Native Americans are from here. They will never tell you that they're the real true chosen people. They will never tell you that National Park Fire Brewing is Jerusalem. You know what I mean? Because now one stone upon another was left. But I'm gonna tell you what's so divine of these stories in National Park and certain places of the world that plays a great part in Genesis. It's divine, and it was not mankind built. Know your history. Know where you at. Know how close you are to the heavens. Know your place or lose your position. And if you don't, I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time to the Most High will snatch your soul and your spirit from you. You are a useless eater. You're not doing anything. You're not manifesting. You're manifesto. You're a divide to conquer, dumbass. You allow the white man to come and conquer your mind. And when they conquered your mind, now you out here conquering your own people. You're a fucking useless eater. You're stupid. But that all goes according to the sea, because you got some black wicked motherfuckers out here. I don't give a fuck. All that, all black skin, we all, no. Y'all some wicked motherfuckers out here. You been wicked ever since tribes. Period. That's why y'all got destroyed to begin with. Serving other gods. So you want to serve other gods to the Most High self? Okay, I'm going to let you do you. But I'm going to be in charge of this. I'm going to let you know that I know you ain't serving me. I know you ain't keeping your commandments. I've laid out rules and regulations, but you're not following it. You're not keeping up with it, because I know I sent you there. I put you there for a reason. But I did it for my sake. My sake. Not your sake, but for my sake. Do you think the Most High did this for you? No, he did it for him. The Most High did it for the Most High's sake. And it ain't him, it ain't her. Because that son, that's a whole nother story. Every portal in this earth is a different video. And when you let the serpent control your mind, you have a problem. Period. And as long as you're willing to be a part of the system and you foaming out the mouth, you want things to go back to the way they used to be, which is you would be at the bottom, black people, of the pyramid. Look forward to that. As long as you want to be in captivity, look forward to that. And those of you who are black folks, I speak to, live in this great illusion that you are a part of America, that you are free. Freedom! No, motherfuckers. You are a part of a system that keeps a record of you and your wicked asses, and everything you do is being recorded and witnessed against your motherfucking asses. And rather you know it or not, it's time to wake up. Time to wake up. So if your ass is out here doing the most, woe unto you. Woe unto you, and woe unto those who call bittersweet and sweet bitter. Woe unto those black motherfuckers out here that are selling his brother and his sister to the white man. And he love a white panel, boy. He love a white audience, boy. He love that white GoFundMe. He love that white audience. Oh, them bitches is dope. We got a bunch of Candace motherfuckers running around here, duplicated with her bullshit. Like, it's not a game. It's not a game. That bitch right there is a Cain. She is not a Abel. That bitch is a Cain. Serpent motherfuckers. And that's what we need to start identifying. The serpent in color. Ooh, bitch. The serpent in color. Bitch, get the fuck on. The serpent in color. And the serpent in color will kill his bloodline Abel. Will kill the Abel bloodline like nobody's business. Because it's their job. The serpent in color. Period. Ta. You feel me? I'll go a step further. I will go a step further. Okay? Now I'm gonna make some sense of this because people be swearing they got this shit down packed, but they don't got shit down packed. No, they really don't. I'll go a step further. And every chance I get, I'm gonna definitely go a step further. You know. So let's get it. You know. You got a lot of these motherfuckers out here. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers out here? Oh, bitch, that's Candace's daddy right there. That's Candace's daddy, father-in-law. That bitch is a European serpent lover. That bitch love her European hunkies and all her followers and all her Brandon Tainums and all her motherfucking Baphomet motherfuckers. They hunky lovers. Bitch, you love that hunky. And for the males too. This for you, motherfuckers. You hunky, reptilian, loving, sexing, having inhumane intercourse with nasty ass reptilians. And the purpose of this picture is Egyptians worship reptilians. Bitch, if you're an Egyptian, you worship reptilians, you lead people astray, you are the problem. And your reptilian comes to your rescue, they come, they work in one accordance, they are against the blood. Period. Get the fuck on. You know, they are an enemy. They are, always have been, always will be. You know, so don't come and tell me about anything. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your harmony fucking songs that make absolutely no sense. They don't even add up. They just all over the place. They messy like you. They messy as fuck like you. All you do is you just want to GoFundMe. How many black people use white people for GoFundMes? You put these hunkies on a pedestal and you want their money, you want their this, you want their that. How many black people are out here, the serpent in color, they put their serpent audience on a pedestal for GoFundMes and everything and everything. These motherfuckers are the problem. The love of money, you know. You just can't be simple. You know, you always gotta try to set treasures up on the earth. All this black agenda shit. Oh, we can buy this, we can buy that, we can buy this. Let's do this, let's do that. Shari, Michiex, all this, and all that, and all this, and all that. These motherfuckers are serpents in color. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Serpents in color. Fuck out of here. Because neither one of them can even set themselves from being in captivity free. But they're going to try to set you free. Shut the fuck up. The only way we can ever do something, and the first thing these bitches, serpents in color, will say, we ain't got the army. We can't do it. We don't have it. We don't this. We don't that. Shut the fuck up, you serpent in color. You weakling. Your mind ain't even built for this motherfucking battle. Go sit the fuck down somewhere, you stupid ass motherfuckers. Period. Thinking what? It don't matter time the motherfuckers start come up missing. You'll never see them on YouTube ever again. No shade, because their mouths are reckless. They out there doing the most. They will kill each other. They will Gog and Magog to each other. They will rip each other's flesh apart. Because they so fucking stupid. Talk about black businesses and black this and black that. You can't do shit until you get your mind right. And never even repent. They never repent. They never repent. So-called wannabe pastor. You know how much blood that bitch got on her hand? Hello? But she want to sit here and teach you how to worship statues and ancestors. We have a problem. We have a problem. In Jesus' name, we need answers, right? These in Jesus' name motherfuckers. Boat worshiping ass motherfuckers. Reckless. Ghetto and reckless. You are in captivity, especially with motherfucking felonies and you're a felon and you're this and you're that. Depression is so real. Be careful who you following. Be careful who you let in your motherfucking brain. Bitch, you're not my hero. Bitch, you are not my hero. These bitches are not your hero. Okay? Period. Ta. They're corrupt. And within corruption. You understand me? And I have the right to see in 3D. I'm not judging, bitch. I'm telling it like it is, bitch. Fuck out of here. Fuck, I look like judging them. Bitch, that's their history. It came out their mouth. Fuck out of here. Because they know that they're in captivity. So why you out here striving, trying to make it seem like it's so easy, bitch? Won't you turn from our wicked ways? The whole song and dance goes back to this. Turn from your wicked ways. Repent. You know, and I have to use this to foul language. I don't, but I do because it's more effective. It's effective. It's a vibration. It is a vibration. Now, I don't really mean no harm. I really don't. I would never wish anyone bad in my head. Because I'd rather beat your ass in your face and get it over with. I have no reason to have animosity in me. I have no reason to be of that. Where I come from, my hood, bitch, if you... I'm not fighting you. I'm not putting no hands on you unless you touch me. When you touch me is when I eat your ass alive. Period. That's my hood. That's the hood built in me. Because it'll be my right to eat you alive once you do anything to me. That's why, bitch like me, you only have one. You can say whatever you want to say. As soon as you touch me, I'm going to beat your ass. I don't give a fuck. You call the police. You call whoever the fuck you want, bitch. You touch me, I'm going to eat your ass alive. Been there, done it. And one thing I never did, bitch, was plead guilty. Bitch, I'll keep me in this motherfucker. I will never plead guilty. Fuck you and fuck this system. Bitch, it's my right to fight for me. I will never plead guilty. So do whatever you gonna do to me. I will stand firm. Bitch, I'll be on my... Catch me on my two hands in my cell. Once upon a time. Bitch, I'm not pleading guilty. You's gonna have to feed me 6 months for free. Or kill me, do whatever you gotta do. I would not plead guilty. Guilty for what? Freedom? Fake ass freedom? Bitch, please. Bitch, please. That's where y'all motherfuckers fuck up. And that's how they keep you in prison in your mind. Been there, done it. And my thing is, I will beat your ass, get in my car, and drive off. That's my gig. I will make sure I don't put no marks on you neither. Bitch, I'ma cave your chest and boom! Punch your fucking... Kick you in your crutch or your balls. I'ma leave your ass right there. Get the fuck away from me. Period. You a man, I'm going straight for your ball. I'ma kick you so hard, your balls is gonna touch your motherfucking throat, bitch. Period. That's what we need to start doing. You know what I mean? Bitches need to be punching their motherfucking chest. You want to take my breath away, I'm going to take yours. Boom! And I don't condone violence, but listen. Sometimes there's a way of doing things without getting in chaos, you know? Man, listen. I didn't have to fight all my life, man. This shit did not just happen to me, you know what I'm saying? I know what it is for 5 big white, big police officers trying to hold little me down, right? I done beat big bitches up. That's my specialty. Bitch, you a bully, I will fuck you up. You want to be a bully? That's why I don't play with white people. Because they're bullies. They low-key sarcastic. They low-key just hideous. I don't play with white people because of that. That's why I don't like them. Then I don't like bullies. I don't like black people that stand in people's face and they bully them. Don't be a bully, bitch. Stop being a bully. Reckless ass motherfuckers. No morals. No nothing. But they'll put themselves out there like they some big shit. And they ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. But some fucking lost cases. That's what I'm talking about. And this is the type of people on YouTube motherfucking trying to lead you. Bitch, how you gonna be led by somebody like that? Where the fuck are they leading you? That's all I'm saying. So I watch these motherfuckers every now and then, but I will never use their talking points. I will never say what they motherfucking say. I will just shake my motherfucking head. Like, look at this shit. What a fucking useless eater. Yeah, you can sound smart, you can sound educated and angry. I guess the anger attracts angry people because it's all about energy. It's all about vibration. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm angry. Fuck yeah, I'm angry. I know I'm in a captivity. Bitch, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not. But I'm also not just gonna blame everything else. I'm gonna work on the deep roots of it. That's what we need to do. Work on the roots of our captivity. Work on what can take us out of this state of mind is the only thing. Look, I could be all that, but if we come back to the roots of what led us all this far, we can actually come back to our love, our first love, the Most High. We can learn how to keep our commandments. We can learn how. The only way we can change and be renewed is by going back to the original sin. And if you go back to the original sin, then you will see that it is okay to stand firm. It's okay to be rebuilt. It's okay to try to strive for what you know is right, not what you believe, for what you know is right, because that's another thing. Motherfuckers are so emotional off their horrendous past. Everything we go through. And you know what? It's all along is building us to be the fighters that we need to be in these latter days. The untold storms and X-Men's, the X-genes that we carry is what we're being built for. Long suffering. Because in the end, if you know the ending, the Most High loves Jacob, period. And no, not everybody is a part of the 144. That only goes to show you. The 144 is coming to kick ass. We will be out here kicking ass. Naturally. Naturally. I was smart. You know, I always knew I was different. I always knew I was of a certain bloodline. I knew I was different. My fathers and uncles were very wicked. My father was wicked, man. He was a wicked, wicked soul. But he was an amazing father. He was an amazing person. Like, he was a very protector. He was a protector. He was a protector. He was somebody that he will shoot you if you mess with his family, if you mess with his children. He will kill you. He didn't think twice. May he rest in peace. He will kill you. And he got away with it. Because it's nothing to kill another wicked person. That's what they do on a daily basis in our communities. Wicked kill the wicked. And that's what these wicked motherfucking honkies are doing. The honkies are allowed to kill the wicked in a pandemic. Your wicked ass. Period. So who's next? What you should be saying is, I hope not me. Let me get my act together. Let me repent. Let me get myself together. Let me come back to the Most High. Let me go ahead and try to keep my commandments. Let me not be out here on these videos trying to convince the world to worship idols, to worship your ancestors, to worship anything but the Most High. And the only way you can do that is by keeping a certain lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. The commandments is a lifestyle. Yes, it's a lifestyle. You are to be deported. If you are that bloodline, you are to be deported. And you know what? For those who are striving for it, I commend you. But it's a struggle. Now, the sad part about being a watchman on the wall is I wish I could just shut up and live my life in peace. That's not the case with us. We have to sound the alarm. If not, your blood will be on my hand. That's why I come on here. Because I know these things already. But I will, even if I did live a peaceful life humbly and hide underneath the sand and just stick my hand in my head in the sand, and what good is it if I'm not sounding the alarm? If I'm not being a watchman on the wall? If I'm not letting all these things out into the universe and let the universe feed the energy, you know? with this wisdom. Because it comes with the good and the bad, right? Trying to identify who you are, why, when, and who, you know. It is what it is, y'all. It really is. It's so fucked up on every level, but it is what it is. So, the ones that are of this bloodline, we are hardcore. We done went through so much suffering. We've been through hell and back. And yeah, we're dealing with hardy, stiff-necked people. So when we come across you, we gotta come across you the way you are to get your attention. It's sad, but it's true. You're not gonna listen to some strange old, humble person the first thing if I come across a brother, hey, and I say, hey, I'm trying to save you, the only thing he gonna want to do is have sex with me. Because he's so fucking wicked. He ain't worrying about nothing. He worried about smashing it. He worried about getting his shit wet. And that's the life we live in. Feel me? I have a lot of people that are like that. I have a lot of people on different pages like that. See, I have big platforms that just only energy. They will never see a face. They just feel the energy. That's all you need is energy. Period. No face, no case. But then there's some pages that I do have that these motherfuckers, they don't see nothing else but me. They just want to be in my inboxes. They just want to, I'll go a step further and show. This is one of my favorite pages right here. I'll go a step further and show you. Better than I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It's nothing new under the sun. It's something that we go through. We've been going through this shit, and it only gets more moderate. The only difference. I'll show you better than I could tell you. So let's get it. For days, for days, for days, for days. They'll be in my inbox for days, hours, and seconds. In my inbox for hours, days, and seconds. For hours, days, and seconds. Hours, days, and seconds. Do you think that they hear any of my messages? No. They want to get in my shit. They want my WhatsApp number. They want my shit. They want to be all in my shit. They want to try to be my man. They want a fucking green card to this nasty ass country now with these fucking hunkies leading the world down a cliff. They don't want nothing else. They don't want to hear nothing in spirit and in truth. They don't want none of that. They just want something that they can be comfortable with, and they just say hello, and I don't pay no mind to that because I'm just like, what the fuck? And this is how they act in Africa, like they have no fucking clue what's going on. They're senseless. You see? So for those of you who think like, oh, your channel's not bumping, excuse me, I'm everywhere. And I keep my YouTube channel like this for a reason. Because this is the universe channel. I speak to the universe. I don't need to speak to the people. If you're here, you're divine. It's a divine appointment. Be happy. Because I could show you some shit. I'm not even going to do that because I don't want to put my shit out there. But I have one channel with so many subscribers. They don't even know who they're subscribed to. I never show any face. I never show anything. I use a VPN. They will never know that it's me. And the shit that I come up with on that shit, I don't have to do anything. Anything. That's exactly. You know where I got that from? You know how I had a lot of people, these white hunkies with the Q movement? I've done it all. Like I was putting shit together for them, and they were all foreign for it. They fell for it. They love it. They're the serpent, the beast of the field. And they say, oh, where we go? Well, we go all. I've got close up to plenty of people. I know people that I should not have even access to, but I do. And I never greet them like, oh, hey, what's up? What up? What up? What up? Because I am the narrative. I'm the narrative. I'm my own narrative. I'm my own mind. Fuck a narrative. Be the narrative. What's the narrative? Let it be the truth. The narrative shouldn't be nothing more than the truth. But they don't listen. They don't. They don't even care to listen. You know what I mean? Type of shit we going through, you know? And I can show you videos that I've been up on it. I've been up on it. Let me go ahead. I'll go a step further. I'll show you. And I always go to this. I'm telling you, I go to one of the oldest videos that this whole page that I'm on right now, the Locust page. I had about, you know, I had to block at least 5,000 people. At least 5,000 people. I can show you my block list. My block list is crazy. My block list is so severe. It's not even funny. Let me go ahead and go put this for you, so y'all know that I've been doing this shit for a long time, and that's why I don't need too much followings. You don't need, and the reason why I'm still here kicking, nobody knows me, is because I'm all about energy. All right, I've been solving this shit for you, and they go and they do everything else, right? Oh man. Let me show you. Let me show you. Better than I could tell you. Let me put this over here. I've been doing this shit. You know how many white people I let astray on purpose? Huh? Do you not know how many people I let astray on purpose? This shit is so old. This is just one of them. I deleted so many videos and deleted so much shit, but I kept this one. This one was special. And I put it on private. That's why it only has these much views. I put it on private. I private the video. Only I could see it.
Beasley was up commentating, presiding over things. When they dragged onto stage, they dragged a heavily pregnant woman onto stage here, and she was screaming her head off because she wasn't drugged and she wasn't unethically hypnotised. And I remember sitting over there thinking, oh my God, she's not drugged, she's not hypnotised. And she's walked her arms crossed and she had this smirking look of...
But it's also about the power of love and acceptance and trust. It's about one woman's search for answers and healing, and the story of how she found her.
And after I found that image, I was terrified to go outside. I didn't becoming conscious of my abuse, and on the website that I found it on, who was wearing blue eyeshadow and had her hair tied up in words of law for producing child snuff films. And thinking about the unfathomable size of the snuff and child sexual abuse film industry. As a survivor of both, as neither are really separate actually, I'll just say as a survivor of child trafficking, that includes those things. I feel such devastation and horror. I'm afraid to leave my house most days. I do it, and I have a partner who's supportive, who helps me do it in small quantities. But finding a child sexual abuse image of myself at the age of maybe 11 or 12, I think 11. And in the image, I was wearing a red, as in ginger, wig, sitting on the face of a Latina girl who I figure had been trafficked from Central America, who was wearing blue eyeshadow and had her hair tied up in a high ponytail. She was very skinny. I was thin too, but nowhere near as thin as her, because I was a child of traffickers and was slightly better fed. I was the centerpiece of the image, and on the website that I found it on, it had over 1 million hits. I was on the most viewed or most favorited. I think it was the most favorited section, but probably the most viewed as well. Yes, I was 18 at the time, and I did not find that picture because I was willingly looking at child sexual abuse images. I want to be clear about that. But I was still living as a trafficked slave to a handler, becoming conscious of my abuse and deprogramming myself. But I was still, I guess if I was 18, actually I may have been about 18 because I left that place on my 18th birthday. So I must have been either about to turn 18 or I was at the donut shop across the street eating a sandwich, and all of a sudden the image came into my head, the photograph crystal clear in my eidetic memory, and I was deeply and profoundly aware that the child was me in the image. And I integrated with the parts, and I think I started sobbing, and I was near my house at that time, the place I was staying, so I left and went home, I think. I don't remember.
Is actually referenced in the Podesta emails at least a dozen or so times, and that the owner of that place, James Alfantis, is a friend of John Podesta. He was actually named, this is kind of strange, by GQ magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful people in Washington. Yes, we're talking about a pizza parlor owner. Now let's talk facts here. There is no solid evidence that Comet Ping Pong Pizza is being used to run a child sex trafficking ring, but there are some very strange connections between Comet Ping Pong Pizza and a second pizza place 2 doors over, Besta Pizza, and the accusations of pedophilia. Now, this is where things start to get strange when you research this story. Now, to begin, I need to show you a 2007 unclassified FBI document.
Hi, this is Beth with The Other Side of Darkness. Check out my blog, The Other Side of Darkness.
Independence and insist upon personal choice in all things. We care for the significance of the individual spirits and personal moral responsibility. If you stand here today and embrace your nature,
New York. My name is Mary. I was born in Detroit, Michigan in 1948. Throughout my childhood, I was subjected to child abuse in the form of experimentation. As a citizen of the United States, I demand that there be an investigation into this matter because it needs to stop. It hurt me and it did terrible damage to my life and the lives of other people in my family.
My name is Claudia Muller, and as a citizen of the United States of America, I demand that the President of the United States appoint an investigator.
I would like to call for an investigation. I think it's time that the people's rights stop being violated. are very constitutional rights in this country for many people that have been abused and used and experimented on have gone unchecked, and it's time for this population of people to be heard and for the truth to emerge. The truth is going to set us all free, and it's time that that happens now. I have a book that I've written.
The grooming process began for me to be a victim of human trafficking. My earliest memories are of sexual abuse. My dad and several other members of the family sexually abused me. A wonderful home with a single lady. She was older. And I think at this home, I was giving something I would really need in the next few years to help me.
Law enforcement, doctors, psychiatrists, judges, politicians, even people who owned sports teams. They were all extremely rich and prominent members of society. I attended many parties for people who had just got elected into office.
But behind closed doors, she says they were sinister and evil human beings.
Sometimes they would bring little boys into the room and they would make me have sex with them. Many of the boys were as young as 5, even allowed to smother me with a pillow or plastic bag while having sex with me.
Now, sometimes she was used as arm candy, others for very sick games.
Some clients own their own island or a big piece of land.
Former President Bill Clinton, who reportedly took multiple trips to Epstein's private island. You see it here. It's called Little St. James.
And they would buy us just to hunt us.
Now, according to testimony in the lawsuit, at least one woman on that compound.
100% believe. I 100% believe that you have been exploited. I 100% believe.
Sticks it in our bottom.
Who does? Who sticks it in your bottom?
Social services. We decided to stop touching children and stop touching each other and stop touching ourselves and face our urge.
What else are you going to stop doing?
And stop touching ourselves. And stop touching ourselves.
What else are you going to stop?
And stop killing babies. And stop killing babies, and we're going to face our fear and face our urge.
You're going to face your fear. Because fear is what?
Fear is a mind control.
And you're going to help us to catch. Who are you going to help us to catch?
All the people. Papa, Mr. Hollins, the school.
All the policemen. All the social services.
Speak up, speak up.
All the shopkeepers, all the cafes, all the pizza espresso.
Who did you mention just now? Who? What?
Kafkas.
Who's Kafkas?
You know, there's the people who work at Kafkas.
What is Kafkas?
Kafkas is they're for children. They work with the social services.
And what did they do to you?
They do sex. They touch each other. They touch me and they have plastic willies. And then they stick it in our bottom.
Who does? Who sticks it in your bottom?
Social services. Everybody does. All of them.
Who?
Everybody.
Does your mother do it?
No.
Do I do it?
No.
Who does it?
Papa, Mr. Hollins, the school.
Parents.
My dad's
Tell me more people. Tell me some more people, please.
Parents, police.
What about the teachers at school? Who's the main one?
Papa, Mr. Hollins, Mrs. Forsyth.
Who's Mrs. Forsyth?
She's the head teacher of They go to their houses to do sex too.
How many people abuse you on a Wednesday, on average?
It's like 100.
How many people abuse you?
100, like. So most.
How do they do sex?
Feldman posting the video after launching an online...
Used to be 30.
What would your grandma be doing when these men were forcing themselves on you?
Usually laughing. Or smiling.
In Britain have counselled as many victims of satanic abuse or Satanists themselves as Ray Wire has. If there is an expert on satanic cults, it would have...
my childhood, I was a victim of Australia's VIP child sex trafficking ring. For example, I was prostituted to pedophile parties at Parliament House, Canberra, and to an international leader at Fairbairn Military Airport. The people involved in this elite pedophile ring included high-ranking politicians, police and judiciary. From the late 1980s, I reported my abuse experiences to multiple healthcare professionals, not one of whom adhered to mandatory reporting requirements. I reported to New South Wales Police in 2008. I reported to the Royal Commission in 2012. I reported to Operation Attest in Canberra census as prosecution of the VIP.
It is sickening. Okay? And I've been fighting this fight. Let me see. I've been fighting this fight for approximately 7 years, and it's just now shifting to the white people. Oh, the cabal, the cabal, the cabal. Oh, the cabal, the cabal, the cabal. No, it's the left, the left, the left. No, it's fucking white people. Let's emphasize this shit. It is white people of this type of nature. It's in their evil, they're demonic. So what did I do? What did I do? I worked diligently to put them on the front line. I cried. I even listen. And I forced that shit. I shoved that shit down Trump supporters' fucking throats. Look at them now. That's all they say, these fucking devils. But the one thing that's hideous about their fucking hidden agenda is they have someone to point the finger at, and it's called the left. They're one. This is a fucking government network for you. The police, the doctors, the psychiatrists, everything that keeps the system running is so diabolical. And this is what you want. This is why the Most High stopped the world. Even though they think that it was their plan, I know in my bones it wasn't. And then they will get their share. Don't worry. It's coming. No, it really is. Are you fucking kidding me? Whew. I like this guy. What was his name? George Carlin. He tried to tell us, even in his comedy, and that's one thing, comedy is not so funny, even though Kevin Hart tells you laugh at your pain. Fuck out of here.
Because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion. Of security. Because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion of security. What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing. Germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from? In this country. Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans they panic easily, so now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs. It's ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol. It's true. It's true. It's true. Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick. It would take a lot of the sportsmanship out of the whole execution. Fear of germs, why these... Besides, what do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice. It needs germs to practice on. So listen. If you kill all the germs around you and live a completely sterile life, then when germs do come along, you're not going to be prepared. And never mind ordinary germs, what are you going to do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, you're going to die, and you're going to deserve it because you're fucking weak and you got a fucking weak immune system. Now, all right, God damn it. Hey. All right. Let me tell you a true story about immunization, okay? When I was a little boy in New York City in the 1940s, we swam in the Hudson River, and it was filled with raw sewage, okay? We swam in raw sewage, you know, to cool off. And at that time, the big fear was polio. Thousands of kids died from polio every year. But you know something? In my neighborhood, no one ever got polio. No one, ever. You know why? Because we swam in raw sewage. It strengthened our immune systems. The polio never had a prayer. We were tempered in raw shit. So, and you know something? In spite of all that so-called risky behavior, I never get infections. I don't get them. I don't get colds. I don't get flu. I don't get headaches. I don't get upset stomachs. And you know why? Because I got a good, strong immune system, and it gets a lot of practice.
And oh my goodness, and isn't that true? But there's only one thing that the truth can do, is make us free. Thing is, do we want to be free? You know, they have this illusion. Freedom while being in captivity. You know? You're only just as free as the motherfuckers government allows you to be. You know, you have to work as a slave. You're considered collateral. You're another body, hands, mind, brains. You can create. That's what they do. They keep the creators in bondage. They know the day that this system collapses, life will be free from real. They play Monopoly with you in an illusion. It's a game for the devil. It's a damn game for the devil. Who's the devil? That motherfucking white man, boy. And when I led all those white people astray, it's just to show them this is who you are. This is what yous do. I didn't lead them astray to be like, oh, you know, the left. No, bitch. I want you to know that this is you. This is your ancestors. This is what y'all do, motherfuckers. In the meantime, we can collectively on this side, collectively come together and deal with the Egyptians alone. The black Egyptians. The ones who, the fucking kings that keep killing the Abels is where we at right now with it. Oh, but you still got the motherfucking kings like Candace Owens and Brendan Tatum's. Man, them bitches, they working hard for that GoFundMe. Oh, but they stopped that bitch GoFundMe. Now what? Now what? That bitch will take anything, and because she's popular now, she can take anything, run a campaign, and say this is for that, and that's how that bitch get rich. She used the white hunkies to build an autopsy website. Like, I mean, like, these fucking kings, they're always doing the most. If they're not selling rap music to destroy the world, they're fucking selling corruptive politics, if you will. If they're not selling politics, they're selling your fucking souls in these religion-ass pastor pork chop churches, front store churches. There's always something with these motherfucking kings. So it's about that time that we start identifying our motherfucking enemies. It ain't only the white man. It's them bitches that are sold out to the motherfucking white man. Is what we're dealing with right now. Well, may the 144 rise. Trust me. And that's why we're so few in number. Because it's an illusion. I'm telling you, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Israel is as number as large as the sea. That's who Israel is. But the tribe of Judah better hurry up. Let's get it. Many will get it. That's what it is. The 144 will get it. The others won't. Because they so busy selling out. The worst thing you can do is convince a Hebrew to go and write a rap song and tell the daughters of Zions they ain't shit, they bitches and hoes and tricks. That is so heartbreaking. That's what we're dealing with, you know. So it's all about that seed. It really is. It is about that seed. And this seed that I'm in, my color right now, and Latino Afros, we are rising like nobody's motherfucking business. Because it's not gonna be just the tribe of Judah. It's gonna be Ephraim rising up too. The tribe of Judah and Israel is what we're dealing with right now. So, don't get this fucked up, y'all. And all you hunky ass lovers, you can continue to have intercourse with slimy ass reptilian hoes, hunkies from hell. That's what you black brothers want. You can have that, you Egyptian nonsensical ass motherfucker. That's your partner. That's who you love. That's why you like that white bitch. That's why y'all make a great couple. You a serpent in color and she's a serpent, a white serpent, and you a serpent in color. That's why you love each other. That's why when the serpents in color love their motherfucking, they love your enemy and they keep you in bondage like nobody. They will sell the fuck out. That's a difference between a house slave and a field slave. Don't get me started. And you know the motherfucking Africans, boy, them motherfuckers, that serpent of color, boy, the motherfuckers, they love their white people. They love their Britons. They love their bloody Britons. They love to even speak their languages, if you willing. Get the fuck on, motherfuckers. Stop trying to be what you ain't. Because that's the problem right now. That's why the whole world had to stop. Now, listen. Who you are will determine your next wave. And this is your girl, The Talk with Tiny. And, of course, the next song that I am working on with my homie, we will do it big. We will make sure that the energy is loud, that is in full effect, that it will flip the whole world upside down, as it should. As it should. Now, one thing about Africa is they will be exposed for who they are. They will tell you, come to Africa, and all you need is an Egyptian passport. All you need is an Egyptian passport. If you would like to be a resident, all you have to do is be a part of Egypt. Get the fuck on, motherfuckers. Native Americans, Indians, if you don't hurry up and rise the fuck up, these motherfuckers are coming to eat us alive. Thank God, thank Yahweh for the most high. I thank Yahweh for the most high, y'all's energy, power that he is pouring out on his sons and daughters today and days. And this is serious stuff, y'all. You got people that are invested in this wholeheartedly. They think, and some who are invested in Africa, they really do belong there. And some who don't just aren't. Native Americans are Native Americans. So they will definitely reject Egypt. Period. It is what it is. Now, one thing is for sure, West Africa is where our brothers and sisters have been sent during slave trade, nothing new under the sun. And they come up with these stories, you know. And it's funny because if you read about the northern, one thing they will allow you to find is African history, but they have dismantled northern tribe history so good. The only places where you will probably find northern tribe history is in the book of Christopher Columbus Prophecy. Excuse me, which right now that book is, let's see, about $1,000 and change. There's some other books. Anything about Christopher Columbus discovering America is where the real tribes, the real northern tribe history is. Don't let them fool you, you know. And this is where we need to divide. We need to go our own way and let them go their way. You can go back to the homeland. Listen, go back. They've been taken into Egypt. Don't get that fucked up. There's some West Africa will never see America, never again. They will never see the land ever again. You get it? And the ones that are here are here. Don't get it fucked up, y'all. Don't get this fucked up. Okay? So any tribes that was scattered among all nations came from right here, north, south, east, west America. And look up the name. What was America before the name was America? Alright, we're talking about the colonies, the United Colonies. Don't get this fucked up, y'all. And the fact that they divided up the Holy Land, they divided up the Most High Yah's land into pieces. Don't ever get this twisted, y'all. So everything y'all out there doing in the name of unity of Africa, shout out to y'all. I love you, and I'm here to support to a certain degree. I'm not going back to Africa, but indeed, I will fight for the land that I live in. That is very precious. They want you to believe there's something over there for you. They want you off the land. No, they need to get the fuck off this land. It's what we should be praying for. It's not their land. And all these paganistic ass holidays they created as far as Thanksgiving, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Okay? In the name of killing. Stealing, killing, and destroying. And they have us in captivity. But make no mistake about this. All Gentile nations that had partake in this, their lands are defiled. They have great resources and they can't even touch it. They can't even control their own resources because the serpent of Leviathan is all in charge of that shit. The hands of the wicked. Let me say this right. The world has been given into the hands of the wicked. And the wicked is sucking the life out of every land that has defiled this bloodline because they took it upon themselves to go a step above and beyond to destroy, and they kept going. They kept going. They can't stop, and they still going. They're wringing the fucking rags. The rags already broke. That's it. Time is up. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my motherfucking word for it. Wake up! Wake! Don't take my word for it. Go do your own research. I can't make this stuff up. You know? I myself, I know better. And that's what it's all about. Just knowing better, knowing who you are in spirit and in truth, and you cannot be moved. You cannot be deceived. This shit good to talk with Tiny. I am so the fuck on out of here. I got to go. I got to get ready to go and travel for some spiritual soul searching. And I will be tuning in and tuning out, you know. But it's so precious to just be at certain mountains, on the high mountains. And, you know, just knowing that. Enjoy the mountains while they're there. Because when the fire comes burning through these mountains, that's a whole nother video. It's your girl to talk with Tiny. Like, share, subscribe. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. Don't come over here on no shit. Look, I'm going to show you, better than I could tell you next time, of my blacklist. My blacklist on this channel alone. You know how much I had to, you know how many people I had to block to keep my shit sane and quiet right now? I don't have different moderators. I don't play that because this is a divine channel. Feel me? I got one moderator. And he's from Nigeria. Period. Like, share, subscribe. That's me, your girl.